Aber sogar Jesus selber hat gesagt, ihr könnt das auch. Und trotzdem haben wir es irgendwie nicht verstanden. Die Welt würde sowas von anders aussehen, würden wir verstehen, wer wir sind und was für ein Potenzial wir haben. Mein Name ist Tobi, willkommen auf diesem Kanal. Wir reagieren hier auf Menschen, die uns inspirieren, die uns weiterbringen können. Heute reagieren wir auf Neale Donald Walsch. Für mich wirklich eigentlich der inspirierendste Mensch. Vor allem seine Bücher, die er geschrieben hat, seine Weisheiten, die er rausbringt, wirklich unglaublich. Für mich so die Go-To-Bücher. Jedes Mal, wenn ich Fragen habe oder einfach wieder mal Inspirationen brauche, dann lese ich eines dieser Bücher und einfach wirklich wunderbar. Zuhause in Gott habe ich jetzt gelesen. Wirklich für mich die berührendsten und auch stimmigsten Bücher. Wenn du magst, kommentiere gerne das Video, like das Video und abonniere den Kanal, so können diese wunderbaren Aussagen weiter herausgetragen werden. Und ich würde sagen, lass uns reingehen.
In my opinion, our biggest goal as a human being is to find more connection to your inner self, to your inner power, to your potential, and make it more free, get it out. Or as other people would say, find your inner voice, find the connection to God or whatever. First question, first of all, do you agree? And if so, what's the way to get more connection to yourself, to that power, to that potential?
Alex, we need to ask a question before that question. See, what is the purpose of life? When people talk about get in touch with their potential and get in touch with their true inner self and all of this, but I want to say why. So they can get the guy, get the girl, get the car, get the job, get the house, get the money, get the income, get the clothes, Is that why? So they can lead a better life? But what if life had nothing to do with any of that? What if none of that was important or had anything to do with why we're here? See, the average person has to answer a powerful question. Who am I? Am I a physical entity? Basically just a physical mammal, like a dolphin or a whale or a bird in the sky or a fish in the sea? More complex, more sophisticated, fair enough. But in the end, just a physical entity? Is that who I am? I'm born, I live, I die, and that's the end of it? Or is it possible that I'm a spiritual entity that has a physical body and has a mind, but I'm not my body. My body is something that I have, it's not something that I am.
Und das ist eigentlich die wichtigste Frage, wer bin ich? Und die Welt würde sowas von anders aussehen, würden wir verstehen, wer wir sind und was für ein Potenzial wir haben. Weil dann kann man auch eigentlich sehen, dass alles, was man sich aufgeschüttet hat, durch die Schule, durch den Brainwash und so weiter, eigentlich nur ein Konstrukt ist und nicht wirklich, was wir sind, was die Wahrheit ist, sondern alles einfach uns aufgedrückt worden. Und wenn die Leute verstehen würden, dass sie ein spirituelles, sagen wir jetzt mal, eine Seele sind, die im Körper sitzt und einen Körper und einen Kopf hat, einen Gedanken, dann wären sie dem nicht mehr so ausgeliefert, weil sie ja noch mehr als das sind.
Is it possible that I'm actually a spiritual entity currently experiencing life on the planet Earth? If that's possible, and in my world that's exactly what's happening, then all of my priorities change. My priorities have nothing to do with get the guy, get the girl, get the car, get the job, get the house, get the money, get the income, get the clothes, nothing to do with any of that. So when we talk about getting in touch with our potential for what? Our potential to make $1 million? Our potential to be the most popular person in the room? Our potential for what? But if I see my journey as a spiritual journey, then my agenda is totally different. My agenda is to evolve and to become the next grandest version of the greatest vision ever I held about who I am. Or, if you please, to simply demonstrate my true identity, which is divinity. If my intention is to demonstrate divinity, I can get in touch with that potential by simply having conversations with God every day, every hour of every day.
But isn't that the truest potential we have inside of us?
Yes, but most people don't think of it in those terms. I agree with you. That is the true potential we have inside of us. But if you walk down the street at a shopping center and ask 100 people, what is the true potential inside of you? Maybe 4 out of 100 would say, to experience divinity.
Ja, und vor allem, das ist ja heutzutage immer noch. Also wenn ich Menschen sagen würde, ich bin ein göttliches Wesen und ich bin ein Schöpfer, dann würden sie mich wahrscheinlich sogar schlagen wollen. Weil die meisten einfach immer noch das Gefühl haben oder die Vision, dass Gott ein rachesüchtiger Typ ist und wir ihm dienen müssen und wir eigentlich keine Macht haben und nur Gott ist der die Macht hat und uns eigentlich bestraft, wenn wir Schlechtes machen, uns lobt, wenn wir Gutes machen und so weiter. So, die Religion und so nimmt uns selber sowas von die Power, die Macht weg. Auch Jesus, haben sie uns gesagt, dass Jesus ein Übermensch ist und wir können das nicht. Aber sogar Jesus selber hat gesagt, ihr könnt das auch. Und trotzdem haben wir es irgendwie nicht verstanden.
The rest would say, to live a good life, I have a potential to earn a lot of money, I've got a lot of talent, I have a lot of gifts to get, so forth. And they would, very few of them would frame their potential inside of the parameters that you and I have just discussed. But here's what's interesting. When a person moves into that agenda to express and experience the highest part of themselves, the part of themselves that really is divine, all the other things come in automatically. All the things you wanted. The guy, the girl, the car, the job, the house, the income, it all comes in without any effort whatsoever.
Und genau das ist das Wichtige, nicht zu sagen, dass wir das alles nicht brauchen, wir brauchen diese Kleider nicht, diese Frauen, dieses Auto und so weiter. Sondern nein, du sollst einfach wissen, wer wir sind, was für ein Potenzial wir haben. Und dann, wenn alle diese Dinge kommen, dann ist das ja nicht schlecht. Es ist nicht schlecht, viel Geld zu haben. Es ist eher das Gegenteil. Auch das haben wir so in uns indoktriniert, dass Geld eigentlich etwas Schlechtes ist, aber das stimmt gar nicht.
Did you find a good path, a good route, how to get to your divinity or how to find
Yeah,
it?
I have conversations with God. That's how I got to my divinity.
But is there a path for somebody or for everybody else? Is it the path that they speak to God as well?
Is there a path?
Is there a path you recommend other people how to get in touch to their divinity?
There's yes, the fastest way. I know the fastest way. The fastest way to help someone get in touch with their own divinity is to help another person get in touch with their divinity. Be the source of another person experiencing who they really are, and you will experience who you really are. That's why Conversations with God told us in book 1, 3 magic words. Be the source. So whatever experience you want in your own life, cause another person to have the experience in their life, and you will automatically have it.
Und ich spüre das bei diesem, was ich hier mache mit diesem Kanal. Ich versuche ja wirklich diese inspirierenden Aussagen auch herauszubringen, aber das Gute ist, dass ich ja das wie auch durch dieses Video und so weiter auch wieder verinnerliche. Und ich kann aber auch anderen Menschen das zeigen. Die meisten kennen das natürlich schon und so weiter, aber trotzdem, es gibt sicher immer wieder mal jemand, der das noch nie gehört hat. Und so kann ich Leute inspirieren und da wir ja alle eins sind, inspiriere ich mich schlussendlich irgendwo durch wieder selber.
Because what moves through you sticks to you. So that's the fastest way I know to get in touch with the divinity within me, is to assist you to get in touch with the divinity within you. And how we assist others to get in touch with the divinity within them is to see the divinity within them. To look at a person and say, I see you. I see the divinity in you all over the place. I see your kindness. I see your compassion. I see your gentleness. I see your wisdom. I see all the wonderful parts of you. I see that when I look at you. And a person is restored because they can finally believe that what they've told themselves all those years is true.
Das ist bei meiner Frau so unglaublich. Bei ihr ist es so, wenn ich sie anschaue, ich versuche immer das Wesen dahinter zu sehen. Und es ist krass, ich küsse sie, also für mich ist die Seele hier im Gehirn, also hier oben, und ich küsse sie eigentlich immer hierhin. Und ich liebe es, sie dorthin zu küssen. So, ich weiß nicht, es ist einfach irgendwie... Ja, und ich versuche immer dahinter zu sehen, was sie ist, sowieso ein wunderbares Wesen, wirklich eine wunderbare Persönlichkeit und so. Und dann noch irgendwie die Seele, das Bewusstsein, das Wunderschöne dahinter zu sehen, ist unglaublich. Und da wäre ich fast emotional.
I got the point to care about others, help them to grow. Is there anything you do for yourself? I know many people make meditation for hours. They have morning routines. Is there something special you do to get in touch with your divinity?
I make love with my wife 3 times a day. I wish at my age. No, I write. I'm up most mornings at 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. I write. Sometimes I read. You're going to find this strange for me to say, but I actually read my own books because I don't experience that I wrote them. I experience that someone else dictated and I just took dictation. But by that process, I have produced 37 books.
It's amazing.
So I have a library of 37 books. So many mornings I'll get up and just not even look, just pick one out. And I turn the page and I start reading. So I get back in touch with what I was given in this process that I call conversations with God.
Ja, das ist unglaublich, ich mache das auch. Und ich habe nicht gewusst, dass er 37 Bücher geschrieben hat. Ich habe, glaube ich, 9 davon. Und das ist wirklich so. Manchmal greife ich mir einfach eines dieser Bücher und lese es durch und bin wieder so irgendwie verbunden mit meiner Wahrheit und so weiter. Es ist wirklich wunderschön.
So that's what I do for myself.
You just wrote a book, a new one, which was published 2 weeks ago. And you worked around the question what the biggest problem on earth is right now.
The biggest problem in the world today, Alex, is that most people don't know what the biggest problem in the world today is. And that's the problem. We see the outcome, we see the results of that problem.
Which are
all over the place. I'm
hate.
going to get to that in just a minute. Mm. But we see the results everywhere we look. But we don't know what's causing the problem, the results. Now, you know you've got a problem when you see the results all over the place, but you don't know what's causing it. That's a real problem. But the results of our problem can be seen in one word. You can use one word in English, one word. Alienation.
Entfremdung. Wir wissen nicht mehr, wer wir sind. Wir haben unsere Power. Wir wissen nicht, was wir können. Wir wissen nicht, was wir ausrichten.
We are alienated from each other. I've never seen, I'm an old guy. I'm 75 years old. In my whole life, I've never seen so much alienation. People are angry with each other. There's political anger. There's economic alienation. There's social alienation, nationalistic alienation, religious alienation. If you belong to a different religion, a different country, a different nationality, a different political party, a different economic status, if you're different from me, I'm automatically angry with you.
Ja, und jetzt mit Corona war das ja sehr extrem, diese Spaltung. Und auch mit dem Krieg, Ukraine, Russland, Westen gegen Osten und immer das Gegeneinander, schon nur Fußball, alle diese, und auch schon nur die Nationen. Ich mag es sowas von nicht, wenn jemand so einen starken Nationalstolz hat. Das nervt mich einfach, weil es bringt so ein Ego heraus und so eine Wut. Wenn du jemand etwas gegen seine Nation sagst, dann hasst er dich und auch, es ist wirklich extrem. Fußballfans schlagen sich gegenseitig, es ist wirklich krank eigentlich.
And if I think that there are problems in the world, I say it's their fault. It's those unwanted immigrants. It's those religious people, or those people who believe in religion in a different way than I do. It's those crazy conservatives. It's those wild-eyed liberals. It's those angry women. Yeah, that's it. It's those angry women. The Me Too movement. Boy. See, it's always somebody else. It's those crazy students, those students who think they're so smart. It's always somebody else. I've never seen it like this before in my life. You know, we used to have differences, but not the kind of strident, angry rhetoric, screaming, childish rants, childish tweets, even from chiefs of state, who shall go nameless, who are talking like 11-year-old, 7-year-old children, name-calling and insults, bullying and anger. I've never seen it at this level in my life. When I was a young person in my teens and in my 20s and in my 30s, you never saw it, not like this. So that's the outcome, is alienation. Now what could change that? What is the problem? The problem is that we think we're separate from each other. We think that I'm over here and you're over there. And I have my agenda and you have your agenda. As long as you agree with my agenda, we're going to be okay. But if you have a different political point of view, if you belong to a different social economic status, if you belong to a different race, if you belong to a different religion, if you're gay and I'm straight, or I'm gay and you're straight, whatever, if there's any difference between us at all, I'm done with you. I'll cut you off. I want nothing to do with you. Not only am I done with you, I'll actually start attacking you. First verbally, then emotionally, and if we're not careful, actually physically.
Und das ist auch, wenn jemand, also ich kenne viele Leute, die schauen jemandem zu und finden viele Dinge gut und dann finden sie etwas, das ihnen überhaupt nicht entspricht und dann hassen sie diese Person sofort, so gleich abgeschrieben. Und ich finde, das gehört auch ein bisschen da rein. So, hey, auch wenn jemand eine andere Meinung hat, muss man ihn nicht gleich verachten oder so.
I'll start attacking you on the sidewalk, physically. And it all emerges from a single false thought, what I call the big misunderstanding. The misunderstanding is that we're separate.
What causes that tremendous misunderstanding? Why does it come so far?
It began with our ideas about God, even those who don't believe in God. But those who do believe in God, which by the way is the vast majority of the human race, as I'm sure you know, anthropologists tell us that well over 80% of the people in the world believe in some kind of higher power. So, but what they believe about the higher power is it's over there. It's somewhere. But it's somewhere over there, and we're down here. It's what I call separation theology, a theology that insists that God or the divine higher power is out there somewhere, and we're down here, trying to somehow unite with it or get back. Now, that wouldn't be so bad, Alex, if the separation theology was as far as it went. But the problem with a separation theology is that it creates a separation cosmology. That is, a cosmological understanding that everything is separate from everything else. This lamp is separate from me. This water is separate from the chair. Everything, we live in a cosmology of a cosmos where everything is separate. And that wouldn't be so bad either if that was the beginning. If it was just a belief system, fair enough, okay, fair enough. But it doesn't stop there. Because a separation cosmology inevitably creates a separation psychology. I begin to see myself, my own psyche, as separate from every other psyche. And I deny even the possibility that there could be some place where we are united, where we share a commonality. And you know what? Even that wouldn't be so bad if it started and ended there. But it doesn't. Because a separation psychology inevitably produces a separation sociology. Sociological differences that separate themselves into groups. Political parties, nationalities, groups, the gays, the straights, the blacks, the whites, the Catholics, the Protestants, the Jews, the Muslims, the Buddhists. Everybody starts grouping around their own individual groups.
Das ist wirklich voll übertrieben.
And they want nothing to do with the other group.
Und bei mir auch. Also ich muss ehrlich gesagt sagen, ich nerve mich nicht ab allen, aber ab vielen, vor allem so jungen Menschen, die einfach irgendwie alles mitmachen, und alles glauben, was der Fernseh und der Radio und so weiter ihnen erzählt. Und das noch so richtig dahinter stehen und es voll verteidigen und so. Da nerv ich mich. Wieso machst du das? So, also ich verstehe vielleicht ein bisschen wieso, aber wieso verteidigst du das so extrem und sagst den anderen, uns, mir, sie sind Verschwörungstheoretiker. Also da nerv ich mich schon eben auch ein bisschen. Da muss ich noch ein bisschen runterkommen, weil das ist dann auch irgendwo durch Trennung. Ja, das weiß ich, dass ich das noch ändern muss. Genau.
In fact, if you belong to the other group, they'll tell you you're going to hell. Fundamentalist Christians will look you right in the face and tell you, because if you're not a Christian, you're going to hell. And you know what? Even that wouldn't be so bad if it were just a belief system. But the problem with a separation sociology is that it inevitably produces a separation pathology. Pathological behaviors of self-destruction. We're like guppies. We're like little fish that eat their own young. Pathological behaviors of self-destruction.
So pathologisches Verhalten von Selbstzerstörung.
Evident throughout human history from the beginning of time. So we see that a separation theology creates a separation cosmology, which creates a separation psychology, which creates a separation sociology, which creates a separation pathology. That's what produces the outcome that you're seeing on the planet today. And what can change it? What can turn it around? A new idea, a new thought, a thought that could move us to a new place. That's why this is called the New Thought Movement. And the new idea is we are all one. I'm not just one with you. I'm one with the earth itself. I'm one with all of life. And dare I say it, I'm one with God.
Dare I say it. Wie wagst du es, das zu sagen? Wie wagst du es, dich so hochzunehmen? Sagen dann viele Leute, wie wagst es du? Du bist das nicht. Es ist komisch, wir machen uns so klein, es ist unglaublich.
I am united with the divine. I'm not saying that I am God any more than a wave is the ocean. The wave wouldn't say, I'm the ocean. But it would say I am a wave of the ocean. I arise from the ocean. I'm an expression of the ocean. I'm never separate from the ocean. I'm not other than the ocean. I am simply an individual expression, magnificent and glorious and beautiful, powerful expression, but never separate from the ocean. And when my individual expression is complete, I recede back into the ocean to arise again on another day. And so we are waves on the ocean of God. And if everyone understood that and saw themselves in that way and expressed themselves in that way, the world would change overnight. And here's what's interesting, Alex. This is not New Age philosophy. Every spiritual teacher from the beginning of time has told us the same thing for thousands of years. So the question isn't, to whom is God talking? The question is, who's listening?
Why are so little listening? Thank you, Neale. My last question. You said that the best thing to help yourself is to help others, to serve others, to inspire others. You inspired millions, a lot of million people with your books, with your work, with your seminars. What is your vision from the future?
You know, Victor Hugo, the wonderful French poet and novelist and philosopher, said in his last public address in 1879, in the 20th century, we will see the death of war. War will be dead. Frontier boundaries will be dead. Dogmas will be dead. Anger will be dead. He thought that was going to happen in the 20th century. His timing was a little bit off. He didn't count on how immature as a species we actually are. But now something magical is happening on the earth. We are maturing rapidly because the ideas that are coming to us from many different sources are opening us to the grandest notion we ever had about the greatest possibilities we could ever embrace for our species and for all of life. And because we are now being opened to those new kinds of ideas and finding them very attractive and very exciting to us, I think that Victor Hugo's prediction will be coming true in the 21st century. And I don't think anything really can stop it. Victor Hugo also said, all the armies of the world are not powerful enough to stop an idea whose time has come. The idea of our oneness with the divine, with the earth, and with each other is an idea whose time has come. We can see the obvious benefit of it. But how would we ever get that idea across to as many people as possible, as fast as possible? By doing the kind of thing that you're doing. You are part of the process by which these ideas will reach thousands and thousands of people. So you have become a messenger, one of those who has the ability to create a new tomorrow.
Und wir haben das auch. Jeder, der zuschaut, ich segne dich und wir schaffen das, wir machen das.
I won't even say God bless you. I will say God has blessed you. And God has blessed us by your presence and your work.
Thank you, Neale. Wonderful words. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. And I think everybody who sees that video hopes your vision comes true. Thank you, Neale.
You're very welcome. I'm sure that the vision will. It's up to you.
Wie gesagt, Neale Donald Walsch ist ein King. Seine Aussagen, die ja von Gott stammen, von der Quelle, von wo auch immer. Mega inspirierend. Ich hoffe, es hat dich auch inspiriert. Und ich bin ein bisschen jetzt irgendwie voll ruhig, voll angenehm. Fast ein bisschen ein melancholisches Gefühl so. Ich habe das Gefühl, ich könnte jetzt gleich weinen. Deswegen wünsche ich euch alles Gute und wir sehen uns das nächste Mal.